As you may already know, the map in Elite is a 1 by 1 scale of our galaxy, so trying to navigate it can feel a bit daunting, but I'm here to make things easy for you. Greetings Commanders, if you're new here, I am KreeKree, and I am an Elite Dangerous YouTuber and streamer. Speaking of, catch me live on at twitch.tv/KreeKree. I'm live from 1 PM Thursdays to Saturdays, Australian Eastern Standard Time. In today's tutorial, I'm going to go through the mouse and keyboard controls because I'm on PC. I'll go through the map types, the information in the different tabs, and so on and so forth. So firstly, I'll just show you how you're able to get to the galaxy map just so you can have a look. So if you press 1 on your keyboard, then you are shown this panel here. You should be able to see some other tabs here: navigation, transactions, which is where you find all your mission data, bounties and fines if you have any, and your contacts of the area. Now in here, you'll be able to see your location and the system information here. What is in the system? The system map that we'll have a quick look at. So I am in 𝗕𝗤𝗧𝗘𝗗. You see in this version of the map that it's very gridded out on how you'd see the planets and the moons and such. But you can have a look at the orrery. This shows you the orbits and the angles of these planets. And also you can see that where there are plus signs, that means if you scroll in, you'll see more and more planets show up. Okay. Now to the galaxy map. Okay, so now as you can see, this is where I am. This symbol here shows me that this is where my ships are, and if I have my mouse over the top, you can see here the list of my ships in that system. It also gives you a detailed summary of the system information. Now for example, if I go somewhere where I haven't been before, okay, now because I haven't been here before, this system description is unavailable, so it only gives me the basic information there, and so you'll be able to see what type of information there is there. So the star type, region, allegiance, the population, government, what state they're in, so this system is in a state of war. The economies that are in this area are the refinery and extraction, and that is the 𝗕𝗠𝗎. That's even how you say it. Next is going over how to plot two places. So for example, if I wanted to plot here and all I knew was the name, I can just search it up. So LTT5212, enter, and then ordinarily it will just go there. So there you go, and then I can plot, or I can just simply select it, or I can bookmark the system, and you'll be able to see here underneath where I've searched, you can see my current location and the selected location. You can also choose how you're going to jump there. So economical route, which is a maximum of 1,000 light years. That means that you're going to make a series of very small jumps. This is useful if you're low on fuel and you're trying to find a star that you need to fuel up at, assuming that you have a fuel scoop in your build. I prefer to go via this route, which is the fastest, where you use your maximum amount of fuel you can without going under. And you can also choose to use a jet cone boost, which is using neutron stars. You can also use what level of FSD boost you want. Now keep in mind that if you are going to use a jet cone boost, then when you're overcharging your FSD, in the cone of a neutron star, it does damage your frame shift drive, so keep an eye on the health of your FSD when doing that. And then of course underneath that is the cargo mass. So you can see here that I don't have anything in my cargo, so it is at 0, and it comes up with the jump range in light years of what you can do. So the moment mine is 45.15, unladen is 48.34. Next tab is the bookmarks. As you can see, I have a lot of bookmarks here. Now if I wanted to, for example, say I was looking for Beetlejuice, okay, and I have it bookmarked. Click on it and it shows up here. Now if I decide that I don't want to go to Beetlejuice anymore, or anything that I wanted to do there is finished, I can then delete the bookmark. So that's done. Say I want to find it again. So you just search like before, Beetlejuice, right there, and then you click on here to bookmark. Another thing that you can do with bookmarks is that in this tab here, you can click on it. It comes up with these options to either plot to that system. You can edit what it's called. So I can call that Beetlejuice over 9,000. I don't know. I don't know. Over 9,000, that'll do. And save it. So now it'll come up here in your list of bookmarks, the name. Another thing that you can do as well is that you can just delete it from there if you don't want to go up and find and do this extra step by using this pop-up. You can do it here. Or if you are in a squadron, then you can share it with your squadron if you're doing a group activity. Okay, now I'll talk about the map and the legend. But first, I just wanted to say, if you're enjoying the video or you found this helpful, then consider subscribing. It's free and it'll help me out a lot. Also, if you have any questions, I'm live on Twitch now. Anyway, back to it. Okay, so now here is the map. Now I generally have this set to realistic, so you can see the stars in their realistic forms. So I mean, this is a lot of places to visit. Easy. Or you can have a look at the power play. So this here is commonly referred to as the bubble. You can see every color represents a power. If you hover over it, you can see that this controlled area is controlled by 𝗕𝗬𝗢. You can see that particular area, that system that I've got my mouse over, what it's called, the distance from the headquarters, the radius income, the upkeep, the overhead radius, etc. So this is where if you wanted to get into some power play. You can have a look at the information in regards to this specific system and what is happening with the powers here. So that way you can kind of figure out what you want to do to assist into helping them grow to what they want to do. You can pledge allegiance as well, but there is a lot more information about power play, so I think I'll leave that for another video. Let me know if you want me to do a video on power play and I can get that sorted for you. Now another thing with here, you can also search by a specific person and power. For example, if you want to search Felicia Winters, show the headquarters, which is 𝗖𝗢𝗡, you can open up the power overview, which is what we were looking at before, and you can also select whether you want the overview, expansion, and control, so you can see all that information. Now for this map here, This is how you can choose how you want to plot your way to different systems. The most common way is to go by star class. This is mostly just so you can, if you are in a ship that has a fuel scoop and you're not too sure about where you're able to scoop from, if you select the star classes O to M, they are scoopable stars, unselecting these, and then apply them to the route, so that way you don't run out of fuel in your journey. So there's different maze that you're able to have a look, so you can see where there's no data available and data available as well if you're exploring. You can see there's no data and go to those locations. Example, here's one. There is data available here, you can plot there. Very short trip. And then of course down here is the trending trade routes, so you can have a look at show the trade routes for all of these things here. You can check and uncheck them. Lastly is the legend. So with the legend here you can show the grid if you like. I prefer not to. And you can also have what you want to have shown. So if you only want to have the navigation markers shown, then you can. So this is the navigation marker, so if we uncheck that, it doesn't show up. You can show where you've previously been. You can take that away, just so that if you don't want to go back the same way you went. But it is sometimes good to do that, especially if you need to backtrack to a refuel. And then of course there's friend markers, wing markers, mission markers. It's definitely a good idea to familiarize yourself with these symbols and what they mean. As well as these down here if you want to show star names, nebula names, region names, constellations, etc. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll show you how to jump between systems. So now we have this system selected. So let's go ahead and go there. Let's go. Okay, now that we're outside of �ฤ𝗓𝗡 Memorial, let's make our jump. Okay, so what you want to do, because you have the jump selected, you'll see this here shows you this is where you need to go. So you need to make sure that you're at full throttle going towards that location. Make sure that your landing gear is tucked away, your cargo scoop is away, and that the mass lock indicator is gone as well. So that's just to make sure that you're far away from the planet or station or wherever you are, so that you're able to make a safe jump. Now all you need to do to jump there is to press J and it'll charge up your frameshift drive and you'll be on your way. Once you're there, make sure that you're throttled down to 0, otherwise you'll continue going into the sun. So navigating the galaxy shouldn't be so daunting now. If you're interested in any other tutorials, check out these here. I'll see you there, and don't forget, fly safe, Commander.